A man of 1,000 disguises, a criminal mastermind, the most wanted man in France. Jacques Mesrine wasn't just a gangster, he was a legend. But how did he rise to power, and what led to his violent downfall? This is his story. Jacques Mesrine was born in 1936 in Clichy, France. His childhood was ordinary, middle class, well-educated. But behind the scenes, young Jacques was already drawn to rebellion. He was expelled from school multiple times and refused to follow rules. But his true transformation happened when he joined the French army during the Algerian War in the 1950s. War changed him. He was exposed to violence, executions, and a world where only the strongest survived. When he returned to France, he didn't return as a soldier. He came back as a man who had no fear of death. By the 1960s, Mesrine had fully embraced a life of crime. Bank robberies, kidnappings, armed heists. His name spread like wildfire in the underworld. But unlike most criminals, Mesrine had a style. He was charming, intelligent, and always one step ahead of the police. This wasn't just a man stealing money. This was a man playing a game with the law. In 1968, Mesrine was arrested in Canada for a high-profile kidnapping. Authorities believed they had finally caught the man who was terrorizing banks across France and Canada. But Mesrine was no ordinary prisoner. Just months after his arrest, he executed one of the most daring prison escapes in history, breaking out of a heavily guarded facility in broad daylight. This wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. Mesrine had an uncanny ability to escape from anywhere, earning him the nickname, the man no prison could hold. By the 1970s, Mesrine was more than a criminal. He was a celebrity. He openly challenged the police, gave interviews, and even wrote an autobiography called The Death Instinct. He mocked the system, claiming that he was a revolutionary outlaw, a modern Robin Hood. But make no mistake, Mesrine was no hero. He had committed murders, kidnappings, and ruthless crimes. Using disguises and fake identities, Mesrine always stayed ahead. He had plastic surgery to change his face, and even wore fat suits to alter his appearance. The police were desperate to catch him. In 1979, the French police had had enough. A special unit was formed to eliminate Mesrine at any cost. On November 2nd, 1979, police set a trap on the outskirts of Paris. As Mesrine approached a traffic stop, armed officers ambushed him, firing over 20 bullets into his car. Within seconds, Jacques Mesrine, France's most wanted man, was dead. Even after his death, Mesrine remains one of the most controversial figures in French history. Some see him as a fearless outlaw who stood against authority. Others remember him as a ruthless killer who terrorized innocent people. Movies, books, and documentaries have immortalized his story. But one question remains: was he a revolutionary or just a dangerous criminal?